the opening takbir. The takbir, and it is called of al-ihram. Takbiratul ihram. Now again, it behooves us to know and to have understanding and knowledge about our prayer. Why is it called with this name? Why is it called the takbir of al-ihram? Why is it called that? Right? What is the significance in that name? These are questions that if we didn't know them, or if we don't know the answers to them, then this should give us pause. This should give us pause. We should reflect over our life and over our priorities. We should reflect over what we deem essential and non-essential. We should reflect and we should think and we should ponder. Because of the vital things we don't know and we are unaware of, but there are things that we know and have knowledge of that we agree are not vital. This should make one really think and really question themselves. Do they and are they truly concerned with that which benefits them? Ala kulli hal, the Shaykh he mentions, he says, الشيخ عبد الرزاق بن شيخ عبد المحسن العباد البدر حفظهم الله تعالى. The Shaykh he mentions, he says, وسميت هذه التكبيرة تكبيرة الإحرام لأنها مفتاح الصلاة. He said that this opening takbirah, has been called the takbir or takbirat al-ihram, has that name because it is the key to the prayer. The miftah, the key to the prayer, or the opening to the prayer. This is how one begins to actually pray. Is that by this takbirah of al-ihram. So again, what's it called? It's called takbiratul ihram. Takbiratul ihram. Again, third time, what is it called? Takbiratul ihram. Now when I pause, this is to give the listener, the viewer, an opportunity to say the answer. And inshallah ta'ala, yani, interact as much as you're able to, okay? Because inshallah, this will help for the information to stick and for you, and it will help you retain the information. So when I pause, this is to give you time to say the answer, okay? So let's try it now. So this takbirah is called takbirah to what? Al-ihram. نعم. Why? لأنها مفتاح الصلاة, because it is the key to the prayer. It is the key to the prayer because it is the opening of the prayer. We stand there, right? How do we actually enter into the prayer? Is by this takbirah, this opening takbirah. Takbirah to what? Al-ihram. نعم. وأولها, the takbiratul ihram is the beginning of it, meaning the beginning of the prayer. وَالْمَدْخَلُ إِلَيْهَا, and the entrance into the prayer. فَلَا يَدْخُلُ الصَّلَاةِ وَلَا يَحْصُلُ التَّحْرِيمِ إِلَّا بِهَا. So one will not enter into the salah, nor will the prohibition be established except by way of it. So now we're getting another shade, an aspect, an angle for the understanding of why it is called the takbiratul ihram, that which puts you in a state of ihram, meaning that what things that are ordinarily halal now are not halal due to this state that you are now in. So this is what the Shaykh he means. He says that this tahrim, the prohibition, right, it begins by this takbirah, by the opening takbirah. وَمِنَ الْمَعْلُومِ, He says, because it is well known, أن المصلي, that the one who prays, إذا كبر فإنه بمجرد التكبير حرمت عليه أمور لم تكن محرمة عليه قبل الصلاة. Because it is well known that the one who prays, merely by making the opening takbirah, merely by making the opening takbir, the takbiratul ihram, that there are going to be certain matters that will be prohibited upon them, of which were not prohibited upon him or her before they began the prayer. There's certain things that are now prohibited upon an individual that were not prohibited prior to the prayer. So, for example, an individual talking and having a conversation. Now, prior to the prayer, this is fine. Talk and have a full conversation. Once they enter into the prayer by this takbir, by making takbir al-ihram, now what? They cannot conversate like they were conversating before, because now their focus is on the prayer. Now they're praying. They're in a state of prayer. So now the conversation that they could have had before the prayer, now it has to wait until when? Until they're freed from the prayer by the taslim. Okay? It's just an example. And these things that the Shaykh he mentions, these things are well known, and wallahu a'la wa a'lam, don't need any further clarification. Now